Cassie Deputy from DeputyTribe.com. Today I am going to share with you what we have planned as far as homeschool goes for summer of 2019. So the first thing I want to tell you guys is it is the first week of June, and we actually ended school at the end of April. We took May off. So now we're officially into June and July. And so I'm going to kind of walk you through what we have planned for this summer. Now, the first thing that I'm really excited about is we made these bingo sheets. Here is our math bingo sheet. So basically how these work is, you want to hold that? They are able to accomplish one of these squares every day. And when they get 5 in a row, that's a bingo, and then they earn a treat. So I will take them to the Mississippi market and I will buy them a special treat. Now, if they complete the entire board, we take them to Half Price Bookstore and they get to pick out their own book. So a lot of these are really fun things. Let me show you. So for our math bingo sheet, here you can kind of see they can play flashcard war with our multiplication, addition, division, or subtraction flashcards. They can do math fact sheets, which can include something from here, or it can include this 5-minute multiplication frenzy sheet. There's a bunch of them in there. They can follow a recipe and double it. They can play a math app on the iPad, which we purchased a few cool ones. A clock practice sheet, which is this, and I'm going to fill in the times. It kind of got cut off there and there, and then they're going to write what time it is digitally, or vice versa. We'll flip it around. Color by number sheet, which I printed a bunch of these that are multiplication for them to do. They can play war with a regular deck of cards, but it's the first person to say the product. So if one flips a 5, one flips a 4, the first to say 20 wins, and they play war that way. Math game on a computer, which we're currently doing a review on Mathific, so make sure you watch out for that. It is a math computer game. And then we just did a review on Math Invaders. So you can go ahead and check that review out. That was a lot of fun. Those two, so check those reviews out. I will include the link below for the Math Invaders, and keep an eye out on our YouTube channel for the Mathific review. Really fun stuff. So, play game on a computer, subtraction regrouping game, which was just something fun I found on the internet. So there's 2 different boards, and you can have multiple players, and I have the directions right inside of there. So they can play that over and over and over together. Where were we? Yep, they can watch math videos on YouTube, which I'm going to put together a playlist on our YouTube channel. Clock practice sheet again, and so they just kind of repeat. And then no thing like this or like this doubles, I don't think, on this sheet. So that is fun. I also have these. I did a review on this a few weeks ago, so we can play some of these games together throughout the summer. Math sheets, just a bunch of math stuff. So that is the math summer bingo sheet. Next up, I have the language bingo sheet. So let's take a quick look at this bingo sheet. Read 100 pages so they can keep track. If they read 20 pages, they can write 20. If they read another 15, they can write 15. If they read another 20, they can write 20 till they've reached 100 pages of a book that I approve as their reading level. So there's a lot of those. If you move your hand, there's a lot of those all over because I really want them reading. And we also do the summer library reading program. So we'll do both of those. Another one is to complete 5 Mad Libs. We bought each of the kids a ginormous Mad Libs book, so they can do these as much as they want. When they've completed at least 5, they can go ahead and cross that out. I actually should have made that 10. I might change that to 10 because these are pretty thick, fun books. So really fun. Write a letter in cursive and send it so they can send letters to their friends this summer. write and draw the application of a Bible verse. So as they're reading ahead for Sundays and Thursdays, they can go ahead and write out a verse in cursive that stuck out to them and draw a picture of the application of it. And to do that, I have a bunch of these sheets that I created and printed out. So they can pick one of these. There's a lot of, this one is for the last box on here, right there. Create a timeline for a book you've read. So once they've completed a book, they can take one of these sheets and kind of summarize the beginning, the middle part, and the end part, and what they thought was most important. So you can kind of see I just created a bunch of these pages so they can kind of pick and choose what fits them. There's a whole stack of those. Next up is to complete a Lamplighter book. If you are unfamiliar with Lamplighter books, I will also include that in the link below. But this is a portion of our Lamplighter library. We are obsessed with these books. We've actually lent quite a few of them out, so this is not our full.
This one's my favorite.
That's Alicia's favorite, and that's not the one she's currently reading, though.
No, I finished it. I like this one.
That one's your favorite?
No, this isn't my favorite.
Oh, that's not your favorite. You just like that one?
Yeah, but Poetry is my favorite.
So I think we're short 3 or 4 books that we've lent out. Haven's going to show us. Ooh, is that the one you're currently reading? Is it good? That one looks good. So if they finish a Lamplighter book, that gets a bracket of its own. Then they, oh, that's the math sheet. Boom! So I think on mine, they have to complete 3 or 2. There's another one. Yeah, so I think they have to complete 2 Lamplighter books to get a full page bingo. So I think that's pretty much it. And these are repeated quite a bit. Oh yeah, read some books to your younger siblings. So not like, oh, I read a book, cross it out, like actually spend time. And then same deal, 5 in a row, bingo, whole sheet. They get to go to half price and buy a new book. So on top of our summer bingo sheets, which we're really excited about, we got a few other things we're doing. We're doing the Kingdom Code with the twins. Let me get this glare out of the way. So keep an eye on my YouTube channel and my blog, because this program is changing our lives. So we're going to continue this through the summer and through the next school year. Another thing, they're continuing with their music lessons through Practice Monkey, and they're doing their music theory books.
And the note speller, I love the note speller.
She loves the note speller. So these are really, really fun.
I want to show you the
simple.
first page of the note speller.
They're just teaching them to really read music.
Take a car ride along the Cicado Island Freeway.
So we're doing that. That's really fun. And then I have this other review I'm working on. So check these out. So this review that I'm currently doing, you'll have to keep an eye on our blog and stuff, but it's this USA state-by-state activity notebook, mazes, and state birds. So I need some more 3-ring binders, but it just goes through each state, and you can color them and kind of write some facts. So I dug out all the books I could find and flashcards and materials that would help them. Here, this is just mazes for every state, which I thought was really fun. And then this one, yeah, doesn't that look fun?
Yeah.
And this is just an activity book, and this goes state by state, and you fill in all.
Mississippi.
Yeah, and you fill out all the information. So, you know, all this stuff. You color it really pretty. You can write some interesting facts. So to do this, I actually found this book upstairs in their bedroom, which I think is going to be pretty useful. And then I thought I had another thing on the states, maybe not, but we do always have our maps up on the wall, which I framed in really pretty, so they don't look tacky. So we got that. Last few things that I want to talk about is, I've mentioned our composition notebooks before, so we have one for just about every subject, and these are kind of just how we document not really, you know, officially doing a curriculum, but learning a lot about science. So anything that they encounter at the Science Museum or out in nature, because we're going to a lot of state parks this year. So here was our family vacation to the zoo last year. They just kind of like take pictures, or here's when we grew mold and watched it grow. So if they are at the I don't know, zoo. Let's say we go to the zoo and they learn about a specific animal. They can go ahead and take their science notebook when we get home, and they can use those sheets that I showed you earlier, and they can just kind of jot down and research whatever they learned. So we do that throughout the summer, especially science throughout the summer, because we don't do a lot of it during the actual school year. And the last thing we do is a lot of drawing. So they can kind of explore more art and more music and coloring and reading and, you know, doing fun things like that throughout the summer. I also have just a few. They can practice writing their letters in dry erase markers. Here's just some fun practice.
But I like these. I have a lot of these.
They can practice these in cursive. Yep.
I have a lot of these.
You do? Where are they?
Somewhere in the closet.
Oh, we'll have to dig them out. I thought we only had one.
No, we have a few.
Oh, well, I'll have to dig that out.
This is only book 3. We have book 2 and book something.
Oh, good. So this is kind of the gist of what we're doing this summer. We have a state park pass and also a county park pass. So our plan is to get out of the house 3-4 times a week. And then on the rainy days, like this week, it's going to be kind of rainy. We'll head to the Science Museum, or we will do the plethora of activities that we have laid out for summer. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked this and you want to see more like this. Go ahead and leave comments in the comments box below. What do you guys do for summer? Whether you homeschool or not, your kids are home all summer, so what are your plans to continue keeping them fresh on their education? Do you take a complete break off? Do you go visit places? What do you guys do in the summer? So let us know. How do you guys, you excited for summer?
Yeah!
Oh, Duty just tripped. Yes!
Yeah!